What is up, CTC family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin. And today we want to talk about some shady Bitconnect price moves. We also want to talk about, is it Bitcoin Cash or is it Bcash? That's up in the air. And we also want to talk about Bitcoin and is there an incoming bear market? We're going to give it a few seconds to get some live viewers. Everybody, please hit like, subscribe, share this out. Follow me on Twitter at Chase That Coin. Like I said, we're going to give it a few seconds and let's get some live viewers, and then we are going to take off. Hopefully you guys have seen my last few videos. If you're looking for a project with some upside, check out my deep look into Obsidian platform. Also, I always try to drop some good trading tips in my videos. So check those out, my previous videos. See if we got anybody in the chat. Nobody's in the chat yet. Do we have any live viewers? Let's check it out. Chase That Coin. Okay, we do have a few live viewers. What is up, guys? All right, let's take off. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about is Bitconnect. Now, let me start off by saying I personally, even though CoinMarketCap has it listed up here, this is one of the coins that I think should not be listed up here because, yes, it does have a blockchain behind it, but the main aspect of it isn't cryptocurrency based. So I think CoinMarketCap kind of messed up even listing this. Now, if it wants to have a cryptocurrency base and do something else, you know, that's one thing. But to list it here is CoinMarketCap kind of dropped the ball. Now, I personally am not involved in Bitconnect, nor do I promote people or tell people that it's a good idea to mine cryptocurrencies or to even get in any kind of MLM or anything like that. All right. So we're going to talk about this real quick because a lot of people are into it, but I personally do not consider anything that happens with Bitconnect to be cryptocurrency news. All right. So when we were first introduced to Bitconnect, it was said that it is a lending platform. It is a lending platform that you lend your cryptocurrency, right? Well, first of all, you have to have Bitcoin, right? You give your Bitcoin to a lending bot. I'm not sure if you have to buy Bitconnect tokens and give the Bitconnect tokens to the lending bot, or if you give your Bitcoin to the lending bot, right? And this lending bot, whether through arbitrage or if it's trading Bitcoin USD, I don't know if it's trading altcoins. I personally don't even think that there is a trading bot. But this trading bot does some kind of form of trading. After it does this trading, it guarantees you 1% a day. That is the first red flag. I'm going to try to get through this quick because I don't even want to talk about this for too long. I don't want to bore you guys with this. But anything that guarantees you any kind of percentage a day, that should be major red flags. All right. Another thing is the coin supply and the market cap. The coin supply before was a lot higher, which had Bitconnect in the top 10 of cryptocurrencies for a long time. This wasn't even like a day or two. This was for a long time. So I don't know the process of diligence that CoinMarketCap takes before it lists these coins, but that was an error, or people was talking about them cooking the books, and that was like that for a long time. So that created a false market cap and a false amount of coins for Bitconnect. Let's check the chat really quick. What's up, guys? All right, so that's another thing. The market cap was fake, and the amount of coins was fake. They adjusted it, it dropped it down. All right. Then the next thing that was being pushed out there is that somehow, right, Bitconnect tokens are tied to the price of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin goes up, Bitconnect tokens are going to keep up or outperform Bitcoin. That was due to, at the time, a collection of, whether it was planned by a handful of people or whatever, I don't know, but this was just accumulation. Now the price is going against Bitcoin, and the reason that is, one is because they came out and took the logo off of their MasterCards. They're talking about they're going to have MasterCards. And let me quickly say that any of you guys that are involved in this, I'm not going to say shame on you, do whatever you want, but I just advise you not to promote this to your family and friends. I advise you not to promote it to anyone, because karma, whatever, but don't promote this to your family and friends. And as an American holder of something like a Bitconnect token, you are never going to get a Bitconnect debit card, even if they do bring them out. 10x and other legit companies struggle to get cards into America, or even certain states in America. Like Shift, it still struggles to deal with certain states in America. Bitconnect, there's no way you're gonna get a Bitconnect debit card. All right, so I don't know, guys. I don't know how long this is gonna last. The price is moving against Bitcoin right now because the bigger holders of Bitconnect are dumping the token. I would not be surprised to see a bottom and then a pop. And the pop is going to create another false sense of hope. But remind you guys, Triple M Global, right? Triple M Global, all kind of other Ponzi, put your money in and then it's gone in a few months schemes. These people jump from one to another. So at least if you're dying to get into something like this, right? At least wait for the new one. I'm not telling you to get into the new one, but this one is on its last leg. So the key to these things is to get in early and to have a cold heart and not care who you scam, or who you convince to join some bullshit behind you. So we're going to jump off of that and we're going to jump into actual cryptocurrency news. All right. Excuse me. Look, I'm still looking for it. Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. Well, excuse me, Bitcoin Cash or Bcash. All right. And I'm going to quickly run over to my Twitter. Oh, God damn it. My LastPass isn't in, so I'm not even going to do that right now. But I'm going to pull up this tweet right here. And I'm not sure if this is official news. I haven't been able to get into my email. Well, I didn't get a chance to get into my email yet. I have a lot of security on my emails. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I will confirm if I did receive this email or not. All right. But it says, due to a lot of users confusing Bitcoin Cash with the real Bitcoin, we have renamed Bitcoin Cash to more popular nickname Bcash. All right. It says this is to protect new customers from accidentally purchasing BCH by mistake when they thought they were purchasing BTC. Thanks. All right. So, as far as the whole Bitcoin Cash, Bcash thing, I'm not into, like, it's funny that, that the sides are trolling each other, between calling Bitcoin Cash, people calling Bitcoin the legacy chain, and then you got Bitcoin people calling Bitcoin Cash Bcash. It's funny. I don't participate in it. Maybe if I'm trolling somebody, but it's funny. I don't really care about it. But I do think there needs to be a clear distinction between, this is Bitcoin Cash and this is Bitcoin. Now, whether you want to have it on the exchange as Bcash and people still call it Bitcoin Cash, that's cool. And I think, just like, Bitcoin Barbie tweeted that out the other day, I personally think Bcash is a better name. The same way with Ethereum Classic. When Ethereum Classic first came out and I was covering Ethereum Classic, one of the main things, even like days into Ethereum Classic being a thing, I kept saying, in my personal opinion, they should change it. But, you know, they're not going to change it because that's one of the things that gives it a lot of value quickly, the brand name. So one of the things that it's keeping Ethereum Classic up there, you know, and maybe not tanking it off like other coins probably would have done, is the Ethereum name. The same thing with Bitcoin Cash. The Bitcoin Cash name keeps it up there. Let's look at something like another one that has the Bitcoin name that maybe doesn't have, maybe not the best developers. I don't know these guys. I'm not going to say that, or maybe not the best tech, or maybe not the best anything, but it does have the Bitcoin name. And this Bitcoin name is going to keep it afloat and take it much longer than it would take another coin to slowly flow out of the top 10. All right. And back to the Ethereum Classic example. The only reason Ethereum Classic is slipped out of the top 10 is not because of a market cap decrease, because, you know, it's almost a $3 billion market cap, but simply because the cryptocurrency is just getting bigger, and the top 10, you're needing more to even be included in it. And in my opinion, very soon, possibly in 2018, late 2018, you're going to need $10 billion to be a part of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. And I tweeted that out because I truly do feel that. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? All my chasers are here with me. If you are new to the channel and you want to become one of the cryptocurrency chasers and join the Chase That Coin family, please hit that like button, turn on post notifications, and hit subscribe. Jay Jones says scam. Mike World says join Bitconnect. You guys are crazy. Can I analyze Ethereum Classic? Yes, I will analyze some coins towards the end. Hey, James Bond, you're a moderator. You gotta moderate this right here, whether this should be seen or not. And I know you know you're not gonna censor anybody, so show it. What does he say? He says, "Fuck Bitconnect." James Bond, what's up? You guys are crazy. Yeah, I'll do the analysis towards the end of the video. Give you guys a chance to get your coins analyzed. But first, before I do that, I want to do Bitcoin. We got a few viewers out there. Please, every one of you, hit that like button. Share this out on Twitter. Turn on post notifications. You don't have to donate, but hitting that like button helps more people find the stream. And that's much better than any donation. So what do we want? We want BTC USD. So this is BTC USD, and this is the Coinbase chart. You used to call me on my cell phone. You used to. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, yesterday I went to go do a Bitcoin video. Oh, Bitcoin's at 11K. Bitcoin's at 11K. And then as soon as I got to do the video, Bitcoin was under 10K. Bitcoin was like 9,000 something. All right. We've been calling for that pullback into Bitcoin. Now, like I said, follow me on Twitter at Chase That Coin. Yesterday I tweeted out the best thing, or was that today? Probably was today. I said the best thing that could happen for Bitcoin right now is a pullback into, right? The best thing that can happen for Bitcoin right now is a pullback into 8,300. So a pullback into this support line and a consolidation. Let me give you a visual of that. All right. So we got a red arrow here. We don't need the red arrow. So a pullback, and then when we get that pullback, a consolidation. This is the best thing that can happen for Bitcoin right now. Now you're thinking, wait a minute, Shaka. How are you hardcore Bitcoin, turning up hardcore Bitcoin, and you want Bitcoin to pull back? Because pullbacks are very healthy. Pullbacks are healthy, guys. Bitcoin going up in a straight line like this is not healthy. This motion right here Look, this right here is not healthy, guys. It isn't. All right. So if we want to see altcoins move, if we want to see Bitcoin have another leg up, and what do I mean by another leg up? A continuation. If we want to see Bitcoin go to 13, 14,000 without any ridiculous, crazy pullbacks, we need a nice pullback right now. So I'd rather get a pullback right now into 8,200, you know, for a week or two, slowly build back up to 10,000, right? As New Year's comes around. And then if we take off again, I would feel a lot more confident in the move. If we do not pull back here and get a pullback and a somewhat of a consolidation or maybe a flag, and we just keep going, 13,000, 14, the next fib is at, let's see where the next fib is at. The next fib is at about, let's say 12,000. So if we just keep going up, 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 and we just go to 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, I'm going to expect a ridiculous pullback. A lot of you, some of you were involved before me, but some of you may not know about the crash from, let's call it 1,100 back down to 200. And those numbers may not be exactly right, but it was a big crash like that. And that already happened in Bitcoin. I got into Bitcoin right after that, I think. Yeah, I think right after that, because I got Bitcoin at 220, my first Bitcoin. But this has already happened. So if this run-up continues in Bitcoin without any kind of nice pullback, with some kind of consolidation, and a pullback into 8,200 is light. All right. I would expect more so a pullback. I would respect a pullback into 7,300. A pullback into 7,300, a bounce, and then, you know, a slow move back above 82, and then a slow buildup. That's what I want to see. It's going to be much healthier for alts. We'll be able to make a killing within alts. And I just explained to you guys yesterday that over the last 5 to 6 days, it was more profitable as far as turning 1 Bitcoin into 1.5 or 2 Bitcoin. It was more profitable to hold certain altcoins than it was to hold Bitcoin. Yes, your Bitcoin went from 7,000 to 12, 11,000, but you still only had 1 Bitcoin. So if you held certain alts during that time and sold them, you turned 1 Bitcoin into 1.35, 1.42, 1.50 Bitcoin. All right. And that's what this channel is about. I am hardcore Bitcoin. All right. Hardcore Bitcoin. But I am a trader. I like to trade and I enjoy making more Bitcoin without having to take my money out my bank account and buy it. I've been enjoying this for a long time. And I've made a nice Bitcoin holder from it. You can too. It's not for everybody. Everybody can do it, but it's not for everybody. All right, let me check the setup. All right, guys, everybody, please hit that like button. If you are new here, whether you're new or not, everybody hit that like button. If you're new here and you want to become one of the cryptocurrency chasers and join the Chase That Coin family, please hit subscribe, turn on post notifications, and you will be aware of when we do these. If you want to talk to me when I'm not doing videos, late night, early morning, see just my opinion on what's going on in the market, see some funny gifs, and just, you know, some funny comments about cryptocurrency and here and there things that aren't related to cryptocurrency, follow me on Twitter at @ChaseThatCoin. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let me not just rush off of Bitcoin, because we gotta put some respect, not respect with a T, respect with a K on Bitcoin's name. All right, so let's look at the 4 hour. You know, put some respect on Bitcoin's name. All right, so right here we got a bearish continuation on the we got a bearish continuation on the 4 hour. Now, what makes a bearish continuation? A bearish continuation is basically a method of adding candles. Now, if you don't get anything from the stream, and if you're a trader or an investor, you know, I hope you take away this. And before I break that down, let me just, I want to start doing this as well. Now, these aren't going to be my quotes. These just are going to be quotes that, I think are powerful quotes and that I think will help you in your trading journey. Like I said, these aren't my quotes. And from now on, I'll pull them up and I'll make an actual scene so it could be in the background and you can see it while I'm talking about it. But for this one, I'm going to just read it off my phone. Now it says, understanding fundamental and technical analysis, only then will you be successful in investing. Let me read that again. Understand fundamental and technical analysis, only then will you be successful in investing. Not trading. Not trading. It says understand fundamental, I can't even speak. Fundamental and technical analysis, only then will you be successful in investing. Now, why is that? If you learn good fundamental and technicals, in this case, we're talking technicals. I would hope that every one of us are trying to brush up on our fundamental skills by researching these projects, putting them in niches and researching that field. So let's say it's sun contract. We're going to put it in the energy bucket, as Tyson would say. And then we're going to go research this energy bucket. Is the energy bucket talking about blockchain technology? Who's the head of this project? Have they been involved in any projects before? Are they familiar with blockchain? That's the fundamentals and the numbers. All right. The technicals is going to allow you to basically get the most for your buck. You don't have to be a trader. All right. You don't have to be a trader for you to analyze and say, okay, the technicals right now for Bitcoin is looking like Bitcoin is going to see some downside. Instead of me buying my buy and hold position at 10,000, I'm going to wait for the market to continue in its bearish pattern, and I'm going to buy my buy and hold position at 8,200. You don't have to trade. You just got more Bitcoin. Instead of you getting one Bitcoin for 10,000, you use your technical analysis and you got, let's say, rough math, 1.20. That's what it would probably be about, 1.17, 1.20. All right. So instead of getting one Bitcoin all the way up here to buy and hold until 2020, as my buddy Adam Meister would say, you're going to use your technicals and get 1.20 Bitcoin at 8,200 to buy and hold until 2020. So it is important that you at least try. All right. And I'm going to try to make it very simple for you guys to pick up on what it is that I'm doing. And if you find this information good, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. So I think that you guys should really, even if you're not a trader, learn how to read the chart. I know that this looks like a bunch of random lines, but in actuality, this is a story. All right. Or it is basically asking the world, like, hey guys, what do you guys think about Bitcoin right now? And you can get that story from these candlesticks. On first glance, it looks like a bunch of randomness, but I promise you that there is a story here, and I'm going to try to teach you how to read that story. All right. So one of the tools in reading the story is something called a continuation. Now, let me check the chat. Am I boring you guys? Am I losing you guys? All right, we still got a few viewers. All right. So one of the tools that you want to use is called the continuation. Now, principles, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications, and share this out. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe though. But the continuation tool, the continuation is basically adding multiple candlesticks together to get one candlestick. Now, you may say, why would you do that? Or how can you do that? Traders do that. It is a thing. It is a very popular thing. And it is something that you have to, it's going to take you some time. Maybe it'll take you a month. Maybe it'll take you 6 months. Maybe it'll take you specifically a year. But when you get it, it will help your trading a lot, or your investing. And it's continuations. So a continuation would be, an example of a continuation would be me adding this candle, and this candle to get one single candle, which would give me a bearish engulfing candle. All right. I'm not going to get too much into it because it's going to run the video out, but look into it. Continuations go to the bullish side and to the bearish side. Most things in trading work like that. So one principle, a principle for that you would use in bearish price action, you would simply flip it and use the same template and use it for bullish price action. So this would be a bearish continuation to the downside, but I could, if it was 3 green candles going up like this, I would add these 3 green candles and consider it to be a bullish continuation to the upside, engulfing the previous bearish candle. Now, I hope this isn't just a bunch of gibberish to you guys, and I am going to do a video. It might not be a popular video, but I'm going to do it just on the language of the terminology of trading. So continuations, trends to the downside, dead cat bounces, double tops, all of that. We're gonna talk about the language because it's very important. I don't normally advise people to try to add too many things from other people's trading styles into their own, but it is important that you understand the terminology so you can understand what it is that they're talking about, so you can see if their point of view adds up with your point of view. So the terminology in trading, the terminology in cryptocurrency, HODL, FOMO, DYOR, I guess that's how they're saying it, or DYOR. You know, the terminology is important, so you're just not out there, you know, just lost with all of this information flying over your head. So learn the terminology. It is very important. All right, now we're gonna get into your guys' coins. So if you guys, Vention MGTOW, I haven't seen you in a long time. What's up, man? If you guys are interested, please put in the chat box the coins that you want me to look at, and I will cover them for you. It is time for the Crypto Chasers analysis. And the first one that I saw, I'm going to go all the way back to the top. It was Ethereum Classic, and I'm going to do that. I didn't forget you, sir or miss. I didn't forget you. I think I need to go back to physical therapy because I want to get my typing better, but these 2 fingers, I've lost motion, like 25% motion in them from an accident a couple years ago, cutting them off. So I can't type, and that's really pissing me off. Don't mind me. I am never going to pay for TradingView. As a free tool starting off, I encourage you all to use TradingView. As you get deeper into your cryptocurrency trading journey and all of that good stuff, I would advise you, and you start using multiple exchanges and things like that, I'm going to advise you to use Coinigy. Now, it's about $200 a year. You could pay monthly. You could pay one time with Bitcoin. You could pay monthly with your credit card. It is a good tool because you don't have to. You can plug the API from HitBTC, Cryptopia, Bittrex, Poloniex, all of those into one place. So you'll be trading all of those from one interface. Now, I think you can do that with TradingView, but the bad thing about that's what this thing is right here. I think you could do that with TradingView as far as plug the APIs in. But the bad thing with TradingView is I know a lot of you guys like low caps, like finding coins early. You're not going to be able to do your technical analysis from HitBTC, Cryptopia. They don't list those coins here. So that's the bad thing. Cryptopia does. So I would advise to look into Cryptopia. Ethereum Classic is an interesting chart right now. I was about to say, I've traded Ethereum Classic a lot. Why don't I have a chart? All right. All right, so Ethereum Classic is an interesting chart. The last time I looked at Ethereum Classic, which has been a few weeks ago, we were calling for a triangle squeeze right here. It played out, but it played out in a delayed fashion. Now, remember what I told you about support and resistance. As the market approaches, whether it be a level of resistance or whether it be a level of support, the market tends to pierce that level, right? Pierce it, close above it, and then pivot back below it. So just because a market breaks your level of support or resistance and then goes back up, that doesn't mean that you adjust the level down here. You leave your level alone. The market will always do that. Because support and resistance is a sliding scale. What does that mean? That means that the actual support zone is not just that line. The actual support zone would be somewhere here. I'm going to make them both red to let you know that they're the same. They're a zone. So the support could be from here to here. Anywhere in between here is the actual zone. Some ways people look at support and resistance, they look at it as lines, and some people actually draw boxes and they call it reload zones. All right, so they call it reload zones or accumulation zones. That's just a different way of looking at support and resistance. All right. So Ethereum Classic, we did get the triangle squeeze. It just delayed. It pushed up. It pulled back into the top of the support zone. We didn't get an exact touch. Instead, we got bullish price action towards the upside. The last 2 days or so for all altcoins, they all got this big nasty red candle. So I'm not going to contribute that to much. What I will say about Ethereum Classic is it is looking very bullish. We just saw ADA, which is Cardano, have a nice up move. I am a little bit more so bullish Ethereum at Cardano than I am Ethereum Classic as far as the long run, but Ethereum Classic is showing really good price action. But due to this big red candle right here, we may see a temporary continuation to the downside. Since we may see that continuation to the downside, this is a chart that I would not be running to get into. Instead, I would hope for some pullback into the support, and then I would wait and do my technicals from this support. All right. So that's Ethereum Classic, guys. Chase, James Bond says, words of wisdom from Chase That Coin. Thank you very much, James. Venture MGTOW says he's done well and doesn't know shit about trading. Buy and hold. That's not the point of what we're talking about right now, Venture MGTOW. I just gave out a quote. I'm going to read it again. Hopefully you're still here so you can hear this. And my point of my channel is not only for traders. When I started this channel, it was strictly about Bitcoin. And then I gradually, through the help of Ty Zen and others, started to dig deeper into altcoins. I've always traded. And I'm always going to say, anybody can trade, but it's not for everybody. Anybody can learn to trade, though. It is something that I feel like I can teach anyone, but it's not for everyone because everyone isn't disciplined in different things. But technical analysis doesn't have anything to do with trading. I'm not gonna say it doesn't have anything to do with trading, but it's not strictly for trading. And here's why. And maybe you agree with me, or maybe we could just agree to disagree. All right. It says, understand fundamental and technical analysis. I'm gonna read that again. Understand fundamental and technical analysis. Only then will you be successful in investing. Now I'm going to go out here and say this on a limb. And for those of you who don't know Venture MGTOW has been around for a long time. One of the guys, when I started my channel, he was there commenting. So he's definitely, he's not a noob to this. But I'm going to say this, Venture MGTOW. you've been in it for a long time, and I've done well, so I know you've done well. But if you had some technical analysis skills, as far as being able to read, and I'm not telling you to trade. Remember, technical analysis isn't only for traders. If you had some kind of technical analysis skill, I would guarantee that your Bitcoin holdings would be increased. Why is that? Because you would use technical analysis, right? You would use technical analysis to, instead of buying at 10,000, excuse me, let's go to the high point. Instead of buying at 11,000, let's call it 500, you would use technical analysis and you would say, okay, the technicals look like Bitcoin is going to come down into 8,300. So instead of buying up here, you would let your technicals play out and you would buy at 8,300. So that's still a buy and hold, but you're just getting more for your buck. That's technical analysis. So let's say you had 50 Bitcoin and you were doing technical analysis and you got cleaner, better priced entries. That 50 Bitcoin for the same amount of money invested could be 60, 65. So it has nothing to do with trading. And if you disagree with me, fine. I respect you and I appreciate you, and you've been here for a long time. Ken Bozak is in the building, y'all. Go to Ken Bozak's channel. Me and Ken Bozak, we did a stream on his channel, and that was dope. Two OGs, as Richie Rich said. I'm gonna do Trig. I'm gonna try to do Trig. Oh yeah, Trig is there. And the only reason I'm gonna do Trig, guys, and this I wanted to come out here and say this a long time ago, but people get mad at me, and this is my opinion before I click on it. Now the technicals for Trig may be very good. I may look at the Trig chart and be like, God damn it, this is a good chart. This has a lot of upside. But in my opinion, the way that I classify projects is they are too stupid, they are too ambitious, or they may be a very good project, but they may run it may still be a little bit on the too ambitious side, and they may run out of funding. Or in that same category, the competitors that they're up against are huge, big giants that may just crush them, or they may succeed. So that's the way I classify things. Trig, and for those of you who don't know, I'm going to give you a little inside scoop. All right. And I'm pretty sure Ty isn't going to mind. Right. This is a little inside scoop. When Trig token first came out, I saw the idea, and that's when I was trying to get, that's when I was like first build, like not first, but I was trying to like really build up my channel, and I was trying to get different people on, and I was going to go down that route. So I reached out to the guy from Trig. At that time, it was only one developer. It was a one-man project. It was another guy, but as far as development, it was only him. He was just a developer. I saw one of his other videos, and I was like, okay, let me. This project sounds interesting. At that time, I didn't have my criteria for investment into a project. I didn't have that fine-tuned. So I did have some things that I was looking for, but I didn't have the far as, oh, this is too ambitious, and certain things that my checklist now. I reached out to him. He agreed to do the interview on my channel, right? So I was hyped. I was like, yes, I got my first interview, blah, 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 blah. At that, and I was doing videos with Ty Zen at that time. I reached out to Ty Zen. I said, Ty, and he wanted me to he was like, invite me over to your channel when you get a chance, when you get your system set up and you get everything set up. I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have Ty come to my channel, and we're gonna both, ask this guy questions about Trig. I told Ty, I was like, yo, Ty, I want you to come over to my channel and do an interview with this, da-da-da. He was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be there. No problem. He's like, give me the time and the date and give me the project. I gave him the project. He was like, okay, I'm gonna look into it. Ty always hits me back, whether he's a busy dude. So he may hit me back a few days later or whatever. If I hit him up today, He'll probably hit me back in a few days. He always hits me back. He always texts me back, always calls me back. He did not hit me back with that project. He probably was like, this is bogus. And as it went on, this is just my opinion. From the fundamentals, they need software and hardware. So they need to make a device to put on a gun, right? And then they need the software to record the shots. So this is a very ambitious project. Not to say that it's dumb, because it's not dumb. It's actually smart. And I think someone is going to figure this out. But I think it's going to be a big established company with a lot of money already. So the project, I think it's a little bit on the ambitious side, too ambitious. The developer, the guy, I don't know his coding skills. If I'm not mistaken, he's a veteran. So I don't know how his coding skills, and I don't know if there's more developers. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that people were pumping this coin, and as far as trading, it may be cool. I know I just went off on a rant right there, but I just had to give you guys the scoop on the inside of why. Now the technicals may be really good. Who knows? Let me check what you guys are talking about in the chat. Ken Bosak says, truth. It's not for everyone, but anyone can do it. Exactly. I can teach anyone to do this. I've taught very young. My youngest student was about 16. I've taught kids. I've taught older women. I've taught not a lot of older women, but I've taught a few older women. I've taught a lot of older gentlemen. I can teach anybody this, but whether they have the discipline to stick with it, or whether they have the toughness. Because remind you guys, I've lost tens of thousands of dollars trading. When I first came in, I want to say I lost about $5 grand in like 10 days. When I first was trading Forex. I've lost a little bit trading cryptocurrencies, but not as much, because my style has at the time of trading cryptocurrencies, I already been through a long period of trials and errors and fine tuning my style and learning the style, and then having to learn that, okay, I know the style, but I'm not disciplined. So working on my discipline. So when I got the cryptocurrencies, I was already a very seasoned trader. But trading Forex, I lost a lot of money, guys. A lot. Then I had to learn about margin calls. I got my account margin called and ended up losing. I lost 4,000 in 10 days, right? And mind you, I've always been in the union for a long time, so I've always been used to making 30-something bucks an hour, 40 bucks an hour, for a few years now. So, but that's still a lot of money to lose quickly. 6,000, 5,000. I lost 5,000, put 2,000 in more, but tried to over leverage my account. So put on higher leverage so I can control more money with my little amount of capital. Ended up getting margin called, ended up losing my 2,000 and getting margin called for about another 800. So lost my 2,000 and my account was negative 800. So when I put money in there, they were going to take their 800 first. So, it's not for everybody. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyone can learn it, but you have to be disciplined. You have to have tough skin. Why do you have to have tough skin? Because even if you start off good, you got to go through your first rocky downward. Oh my God, I'm losing. Oh my God, my trade setup was perfect. All the technicals were perfect, and the market still went against me. You got to have to go through a couple of those, get your psychology down packed, and then, All right, we got a few more minutes, but I'm going to try to not run this one past an hour. So let's do trig really quickly. And I just went off on a super rant, but I think that rant right there, that rant had some jewels in it. I think. Maybe not. Maybe you disagree. Let me know in the chat box. Everybody hit that like button. Turn on post notifications. If you want to be a part of the Crypto Chasers, please subscribe. Turn on post notifications. And boom, you're a part of the Chase That Coin family. All right, so what I'm doing right here is called a floor and ceiling method. What am I doing? This is called the floor and the ceiling method. It's basically going towards a low point, starting at a low point, adding a level of support there, starting at the highest point, adding a level of support there. Now, whether you want to add your level of support or resistance to the wicks, to the top of the wicks, or to the bodies, that is something that you're going to have to experiment with. There is no right or wrong way. All right. Certain things in trading, there are no right and wrong ways. There's just certain principles that you have to follow, but there's different variations. So a support line here, a resistance line here is okay, or a resistance line up here is okay as well. I like to draw my supports at the body and remember the sliding scale method, meaning that the support is actually here, or excuse me, the resistance is actually here or here. Anywhere in between here is the resistance zone. All right, but I just like to use the bodies because you know, the market will travel to the wicks, but it usually closes at the body of the previous, you know, whatever. Trig, I'm going to go and I'm going to say Trig is at a good level of support. I personally will not trade Trig simply because it's too thin of a market cap coin. And I think that people are, not think, but I know for a fact because I've seen it all over my Twitter, that people are having their rounds with pumping and dumping Trig. So I'm not going to be a part of this. I know that the guy has been doing some rounds and speaking at some police academies or different things like that. And I am not against the project. I just think it's a little bit ambitious. Another project that I think is a little bit on the ambitious side that I'm staying away from is Substratum. Now, in my opinion, this thing is very, very, very super ambitious, and I don't think it's something that they'll probably be able to pull off. If I'm not mistaken, this is a ERC20 token. Yes, this is an ERC20 token. So just partially because of the limitations of Ethereum, but that's there is a good thing. Substratum can always move its token to another blockchain. That's the good thing about these tokens. They can be moved to other blockchains that support other altcoins or other platforms. But if it's planning on staying with Ethereum, with the limitations of Ethereum combined with the fact that I think the project is very overly ambitious, this is one that I'm staying away from. I know people are hype about it, and this is just my opinion. That doesn't mean anything, guys. Question: you think the pullback is done, Shaka? Living off cryptos. Living off cryptos, my guy. Everybody hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications. Sorry to keep saying it so much, but I got to remind you guys. You know, you don't got to donate. Keep your money. Just hit the like button. Hit subscribe. If you feel this channel is a cool channel, tweet it out. Tell a friend about it. Do I think the pullback is over? I'm going to assume that you're talking about BTC. Do I think the pullback is over in Bitcoin? No, I do not. Is this pullback healthy? Yes, it is. Judging off of the current candle, people are fighting this pullback, boy. People are fighting this pullback. I personally don't think it's over. I think we need a healthy pullback. If we get a flagging motion down, which I'm expecting, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's definitely gonna come down if we get that motion. Right now, this is an active candle, all right? So we're going to go back to our Pokemon references. Yes, it is a Pokemon reference. But this is a ditto candle. What is a ditto candle? The active candle. So I'm on the 1 hour time frame. The candle that's moving is this candle. This is the ditto candle. You know, ditto, the little blob thing that could turn into any Pokemon. It could shapeshift. An active candle is a shapeshifter, which means it's red right now. But this thing could push up, and this candle right here we could go to 12,000 off of this candle. So I'm saying, oh, bearish, bearish. And by the time I hit stop streaming on my OBS, you know, this candle could drive us to 12,000. So it's a shapeshifter. So you can't judge a shape-shifting candle. But if it closes the way it is, as I like to say, you know, that's like, you know, that's the way you jump the gun. You say, if it closes the way it is, then I'm going to expect this. Or if it closes this way, then I'm going to expect this. But you don't actually jump the gun. You just say if, and then you make plans towards it. So if it closes towards the bearish side, what I would like to see really is I would like to see a close of this candle. I would like to see it below the body of this previous candle. Preferably, I would like to see it close below the bottom of this candle. Let me zoom in so you guys can really see. I would like to see this candle close below the body of this candle. If we get a close, let me put a point there and put some text there, just so we could come back in our next video and talk about it. If we get a close below here, and we're going to call this line, we're going to call it, we're going to call it the gun line from Life. If any of you guys ever seen that seen that movie. It's the gun line, boss. The gun line, boss. It's the gun line, boss. So this is the gun line, guys. If we get a close below this, all right, it's going to give us two things. It's going to give us a close below some of the previous bodies of the bullish candles. It's going to wipe out a significant, well, not super significant, but it's going to wipe out two candles in the previous bullish range. All right, so if this body closes down here, it's going to engulf these two candles, and it's going to give us a close below the quickest moving average. And you know what we call this space in between the moving averages. Some people call it the desert. Some people call it no man's land. Some people call it space. You know, you could call it twilight zone, whatever you want to call it, you know. But if we get a close in the twilight zone, space, dead man's land, whatever, then I would expect a continuation to the downside. So no, I personally don't think that the sell-off for Bitcoin is over. We've been calling for the sell-off for Bitcoin for some time now, and it's healthy. It's healthy. Remember, guys, the point, Bitcoin has to break 2 points. For me to consider that Bitcoin would be in a bear market on the light side. All right, we're gonna put more text, and I should have been doing this because it saves. And we're gonna call this one Baby Bear. All right, and we're gonna put grr, but we're gonna put it in lowercase because this is a baby bear. All right, so this is the baby bear line. And mind you, this is just my technical analysis. This isn't financial advice. This is just my opinion from someone who I consider to be a seasoned trader. That's me. That was me just patting myself on the back. Don't mind me. You may say my technicals suck. Some other people may agree with you. I might agree with you on days. But this is the baby bear. So in my opinion, for us to be even considered to be in a baby bear, and what's a baby bear? I'm making this up. The terminology, as far as the terminology. The baby bear would just be a push, you know, okay, yeah, we broke 75 and we may come down in the 6,000 something, but we're going to go back up. Now, for me to consider this to be a full out bear market, and we're going to put the big bear over here. For me to consider this to be a full out bear market, we needed to you got to work smarter, not harder. I was just about to erase all that for no reason. All right. So this is the big bear. Notice the capital G. Grr. Baby bear, big bear. So in my opinion, for us to be considered like in a big bear market where like people that bought at 7,000 may be like, okay, let me cut my losses. People that bought at 6,800 might be like, okay, let me cut my losses. And people that bought at 8,000, and they're definitely going to panic. That point is 55, 57. If we break 55, 57, not like, oh, we broke through it. Remember I told you the market likes to break through. The market either likes to do two things. The market likes to break through levels of support and then pivot and go back up, or the market likes to break through levels of support, create a wick, and then close above them, indicating that that level of support or resistance is strong. So if we get a peek through and we get a wick and it closes above it, I'm just going to be looking for bullish price action towards the upside. But if we get a close below it with a nice sized bearish candle and we get a nice volume candle, a bearish volume candle, I'm going to say that, yeah, we're in a bear market now and Bitcoin may go back to 35 something. Now, my opinion on that is Bitcoin is a different beast. If Bitcoin hits 5,000 anything, I'm going to start buying Bitcoin again. If Bitcoin hits 5,000 anything, I'm going to tell any one of my family members that can afford to do it, sell that extra car, refinance something, get some money, buy some Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks this point and we start getting into that bear market, because Bitcoin is a different beast. There is no way, in my opinion, there's no way that, well, I'm not going to say no way, but okay, let me stick to my original point because I'm jumping the gun. In my opinion, there's no way that we go to a level like 3,500 Bitcoin or something like that, and then it stays there, and everybody's just like, oh, Bitcoin is $2,000 again. No, that's not going to happen. And I'm not saying that just because I'm pro Bitcoin. I'm saying that because the traditional investor is starting to wake up to Bitcoin. All right, and in my opinion, that is mainstream adoption for me as far as Bitcoin. Yes, we can go a little bit deeper into mainstream adoption where I can go and pay for my gas and things in Bitcoin. I think that's going to be a ways away, and I don't even think it's going to be Bitcoin. I think it's going to be another cryptocurrency that's going to be used for that. One cryptocurrency. I don't think we're going to have corn coin, carrot coin, milk coin. I don't think we're going to have that. I think we're going to have maybe it's Litecoin, maybe it's something better than Litecoin. Maybe it's Ripple. But I think it's going to be, or maybe it's just going to be USD coin, from the government. But I think it's going to be another cryptocurrency that's going to be used like that. And then Bitcoin is just going to be, something that those of us that got in now and the big banks have, big industry, big companies and big investors have Bitcoin. I know I'm ranting, guys. I know I'm ranting. Dash analysis. Now, some people have been saying, and this has been a rumor about Dash for so long. I mean, because Dash, as far as I know, is the first to come up with the whole masternode setup, as far as I know. So that is definitely one of the reasons that Dash price rises, because of the masternodes. It restricts the supply. That's a strategic move. It's a move that helps with the software end through the mixing service and through validating transactions. So it helps on that end, and it also helps with upward pressure of the price. So introducing the masternode system by Dash was very smart. Some people don't like it because some people think that they are buying back the Dash, and restricting the supply even further. Is there proof of that? I don't know. Does the masternode system create an artificially restricted supply? Somewhat, yes. Is that a bad thing? No. Does the Dash team own most of the masternodes? Probably. Can we make money off of Dash? Yes. All right, so let me stop that. Anyway, In our last video, we did the technicals for Dash, and I'm gonna say that was, I think that was yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, I think that was yesterday. Yep, it was yesterday because we were on this candle. All right, so like I said, if you got in on this candle yesterday, you're up a good percentage for Dash. I said that Dash, as far as Bitcoin versus as far as Dash versus Bitcoin comparison, Dash is very bullish in Satoshi value. That means people think it's profitable to sell their Bitcoin and buy Dash. All right. Now, Ethereum USD is the opposite right now. Ethereum Bitcoin pair is the opposite. People do not think it's profitable to sell their Bitcoin and buy Ethereum. Hence, Ethereum is becoming cheaper in Bitcoin value. But on the opposite end, it's becoming more expensive in USD value. Dash is one of the coins that it makes sense to do technicals in USD value. Now, people doing technicals in other altcoins that you cannot buy directly with fiat currency makes no sense to me, because you're just doing it off of USD Tether, and we all know the gripes and complaints and worries about USD Tether. So I only do technical analysis as far as USD based pairs with coins like Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dash, because you can buy these cryptocurrencies directly with fiat currency. And even though Dash is going up in Bitcoin value, let's talk about that too. Dash is going up in Bitcoin value. It is also going up in Satoshi value. And this is where we're going to make more Bitcoin. This value, this 12% right here, is going to allow you to turn one Bitcoin into two. This is where you're going to make multiples on your Bitcoin. This is just where you're going to, I turned $300 or $500 into $700. But if this is going up and this is going down, it makes no sense to trade this coin as far as against Bitcoin. So right now, it makes no sense to trade Ethereum against Bitcoin. Dash, on the other hand, it makes sense to trade Dash against Bitcoin. So Dash had a push up. It had a healthy pullback into the 38 fib. It had another pull up. It had another nice pullback. It tried to approach the 38 fib. All right. Pulled back up above the 50 and continued up. All right, now we're getting a nice volume candle, and let's look at the volume on that candle. This candle is nice. This is a nice candle. Dash is very, very bullish. Now, whether people are pricing in the fact that Dash may be one of the first cryptocurrencies to change the whole address system, meaning instead of my address being XYZ123 ABC lowercase I on all of that, it would be chase that coin. So if they do that, maybe that is being priced into cryptocurrency, and that's starting to happen as of lately. We saw that with Lisk. We saw that with a lot of coins. The news that's going to happen in the future is being priced into the coin very quickly. That's cool as far as making quick profits, but then when people realize, that update is 3 months away, then the coin starts going down, then they start calling the coin a shitcoin. So it's a double-edged sword. We got 40 live viewers, guys. It said, based on its detailed analysis, which coin has dropped the hardest that will bounce back the fastest? So basically, you're asking me, where are the quick gains, bro? Where's when moon? When moon, sir? Which coin dropped the hardest that will bounce back the fastest? That's hard to tell. There's about 1,400 different cryptocurrencies. And I would have to go into each one and do a comparison as far as Satoshi value. Let me call you right back. I'm in the middle of a live stream.
Okay.
La. Which coin bounce? That's gonna be one that I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to answer that one for you. One, because I'm gonna have to do a comparison of which one fell the hardest. Then I would have to do an analysis of what do those coins do. Which niche or which bucket am I more bullish on? After that, I would have to go and mark up every one of those charts. So I would have to do support and resistance, triangle squeezes, Fibonacci's, RSI's. I would have to throw volume, see how the market is reacting towards the moving averages. I would have to do that for every coin. Then I would have to eliminate the ones that aren't bullish at all. Then I would have to see the ones that are bullish. And then I would have to say, okay, these two are very bullish. And then I would have to go back and look at the fundamentals for both of those coins. And then look at the technicals again and be like, okay, this one. And if we do that in this video, we're going to be here forever. Electric Gains. What's up, Electric Gains? Electric Gains was one of my students in the past. Picked up on it very quickly. Made itself some nice profits. So Electric Gains was one of my first students when I first announced that I was going to do this. Electric Gains was one of my first students. Picked up on it very quickly. What do I think of REQ, request? So that's the request network, right? A lot of hype, a lot of shill on Reddit recently. That should be the red flag. A lot of hype, a lot of shill. I can't give you my opinion as far as the fundamentals because it would be unfair and it would be biased and it would make me a hater. And I'm not a hater. So for me to give you my opinion on request network as far as the fundamentals would be unfair. But what I will do is I will try to give you the technicals if I can. And this is a fairly new coin, so I'd be surprised if it was on Bitrix. Maybe it is, though. Or is this a new coin? I don't know. I've heard the name, but I never looked into it. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. Adam. And because I've always do feel like you supported me, so I'm going to definitely support you, Adam. So I will definitely do an in-depth, let me write that down. I will do an in-depth look into requests, and I will get back to you on that. REQ research. All right, so I'll look into that, Adam, and I'll get back to you. Don't invest in it because of hype, though. Well, you know that already. But for those of you out there, don't invest in something because you see people talking about it on 4chan, on the cryptocurrency Reddit. Let that maybe spark your interest or be intrigued, like, what is that? But don't do your investing based on that. Because by the time you heard about it, it is so far down the telephone. You know, we all played the game of telephone. People already changed who the developers are. People probably done already changed what the platform plans on doing, what the coin plans on doing. And, you know, people done added in their hype and their, so by the time you get it, it's probably on its way down. So don't do that. That is the quickest way to get dumped on. Electric Gains says 2 right. Yeah, shout out to Electric Gains, one of my early students. What do I think about all these lending programs? You know, when something becomes popular, there's going to be a lot of copycat coins. I want to say the most GByte. Okay. I want to say the most legit. I'm struggling with that word right now, legit. I want to say the most legit one is probably Salt. I haven't looked into the details, and that's only because no, I'm not. I take that back. I take it back. I take it back because I'm. That's wrong. That's the wrong example. I haven't done enough research into Salt. As far as lending programs, I'm against them. You can lend on exchanges if you're dying to lend. If you guys want to do lending, go to Poloniex, and I'm not advising you to do this, but if you're dying to lend, go to whatever exchange it is that you use or platform you use, see if they have a lending program. Poloniex has been doing lending for a long time, and I think it's about 1% a day too. Now, I am wary of things when, guarantee, I'm guaranteeing you this percent, or I'm guaranteeing you that percent a day. Very wary of that. But, a exchange like a Poloniex has, that's a control environment. They control that. So if the person is making money, let's say if you lend them 1 BTC, and they put it, and Poloniex gives it to them, but Poloniex makes it so they can't withdraw it or anything. They could just trade on it inside their wallet or their end of the exchange, and they're making money. Poloniex could automatically take out a certain amount per trade. Like, okay, once they hit this amount, we're taking out this amount, we're taking out this amount. And Poloniex could also probably guarantee that they don't lose a certain amount. The way that they do it, I don't know, because I don't use Poloniex and I don't do lending. But Poloniex has the chance of controlling that better. And Poloniex has the reputability of that. Things like Bitconnect, Regal Coin, all of these things, I just don't see it. One was, I think Air Token was another one, right? Air Token was another lending. I think Air Token. All right, but whatever. I'm not hype on lending platform. The gist of this is I'm not hype on lending. I don't have any lending coins in my portfolio. I do not plan on putting any lending coins in my portfolio. Decentralized credit, if they're talking about like that, lending through like that, and a good coin comes up with that, then maybe. But as far as right now, lending, Bitconnect and lending platforms, I don't even consider these to be cryptocurrencies, to be brutally honest. GByte on the daily chart, and this is Bittrex. GByte is at a critical level of support. We are getting a downward triangle squeeze. Triangle squeezes and, well, not triangle squeezes, but upward and downward wedges are like a craze in cryptocurrency. That's what everybody's drawn on their charts. If you're not using wedges and RSI, then you don't know anything about trading in cryptocurrency. But we're getting that was a little troll. We're getting a downward triangle squeeze at a critical level of support. In practice, or I want to say in tradition, usually downward triangle squeezes create pent up upward pressure. But that's not guaranteed. But usually downward triangle squeezes, if we get a bullish candle here, we will usually see a nice push towards the upside. The one thing that is for sure about triangle squeezes, though, no matter what, is triangle squeezes create violent moves, whether it be to the upside or to the downside. So when we get a triangle squeeze, the difference between a triangle squeeze and an upward wedge or a wedge is consisting of two trend lines. All right, so an upward and a downward trending line. All right, so that's what a wedge consists of. A triangle squeeze consists of a trend line, whether it be up, and a support or resistance line. So this pink line in combination with this red line makes this a triangle squeeze and not a wedge. If I was to zoom in and I was to draw a line here, from here to here, this would be a wedge. The combination of this and this would be a wedge. I find it that triangle squeezes are more accurate and more consistent than wedges. I think that people like to use wedges because it gives you more leeway and you could kind of just like throw them on a chart all willy-nilly and be like, oh, look, wedge. So I think people like that. Wedges do work though, but I just think people go to them because it gives you more leeway to be like, okay, look, a wedge. But yeah, so that's the difference. G-Byte is in a downward triangle squeeze. I would be looking for upward pressure and signs towards the upside for G-Byte. But I wouldn't get in, like I said, because if you jump the gun here, this triangle squeeze could create violent pressure towards the downside or the upside. All right, we got 38 viewers. I hope every one of you guys hit that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on post notifications. If you're new here, you want to be here to get your coins analyzed, to see what I think about different projects. I'm not only just a trader. I've been finding good projects since the Genesis block. I've been in cryptocurrency in January, late January or early February will make 3 years that I've been a part of cryptocurrency. I am not a noob to this. I am not a noob to trading. I've been trading before cryptocurrency, and I will continue to trade if cryptocurrency was to go away today. No, guys, we're not going to do any more. We're not going to do any more coins because this is getting out of hand. We've already been in here for like an hour, 20 minutes. I've been thinking about doing late night streams, but you know, I'm just waiting for the traction for my videos to pick back up. Once we start putting up numbers like how we used to do, you know, 1,500, 2,000 views. Once we start to do that and we get some traction, I'm gonna, you know, we'll start pumping out more streams, because if I put out streams back to back right now, it kind of outshines my last stream because I gotta pick back up my momentum. So as the momentum picks back up, hope you guys like my hat. As the momentum picks back up, we're gonna be looking to put more streams out there and multiple videos a day. I definitely want to do late night streams because late night streams are real good, because late night streams, you get to see some of those. You get to see some nice price action. You get to get into some coins sometimes real early before the morning break. Cryptocurrency traders, there's a lot of them that strictly trade overnight, you know, Eastern Standard Time or whatever it is, overnight for you. So let me check the chat one more again. What the hell happened to the chat? So no chat or what? Or no? Please, can you name exchanges that do lending like Poloniex, as you said, please? I would have to go and look a little bit more deeply into it, guys, because I don't do lending, so I don't have a list of them that do it. Thank you so much. I have no notifications now, and we'll be mentioning your channel at Live Crypto Meetup today. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm going to try to give you guys, I'm going to try to teach you guys how to do some good technical analysis here. I'm going to try to teach you guys how to pick good coins. Whether you're a trader or a buy and hold, you can find good information on this channel. I will start to do ICOs, but I am very picky with the ICOs. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been getting offers from ICOs to cover the ICO for a long time now, and I've rejected them for 2 years straight now, simply because a lot of them are just garbage. But I will start to sift through that bucket again and pick out some good ICOs. I've been spotting out some good low market cap coins that I think have some upside. I won't be promoting the new small cap coin here every day because that's pump and dumping. In my opinion, we're not going to pump and dump you guys here. And with that said, guys, I appreciate you all. Turn on post notifications. Hit like and subscribe. Share this out on Twitter. If you're new here, I encourage you to join the crypto chasers of America. Well, not of America, because we global. We're global, baby. The crypto chasers, the global crypto chasers. But until next time, guys, keep chasing that coin, ladies and gentlemen.